You're racing through your day. You're doing your best to share information as it's coming to you, knowing that so much of it is critical for the folks who report to you. And when you're finally together, you just blast them with everything that you learned in a 90-minute meeting, only you have to get through all of it in just 10 minutes. And you keep forgetting details and shoving those in. And maybe it's even worse than that because the information is really emotionally charged and you're anxious or even angry. And before you know it, the faces on your screen are looking like they have been blasted. They are now controlling their own anxiety. I'm Amy K. Watson. I'm an executive coach, and I help good people like you to have an even better impact as managers. So many of us are dealing with information overload situations. It's understandable that you might be feeling overwhelmed, but if you're going into meetings with your overwhelm, then you are passing that feeling, that emotional state, right on to others. Have you ever noticed what happens to your productivity when you are overwhelmed? It's not good, is it? If you can relate to this scenario, I have good news. A small amount of planning before you go into those meetings can help you to improve people's lives instead of stressing them out. I want to share with you 3 basic steps, 3 questions that you can take to improve the meetings that you lead. Even if you are somebody who believes in your ability to wing it, a small amount of preparation on your end can make a huge difference. I'm going to share with you 3 questions to answer for yourself before you go into any meeting, especially if you are feeling some kind of way on your way in, whether that's overwhelmed, angry, tense, stressed, fully freaking out, whatever. Just be sure to ask yourself these 3 questions first. Number 1, what are the tangible outcomes I am wanting from this meeting? This is the essence of Stephen Covey's habit from that famous 7 Habits book. Begin with the end in mind. What needs to come out of the meeting? Maybe you want to equip your team to share information about return to office and to be able to answer questions. Maybe you want them to start laying the groundwork for a new communication system the company is rolling out, whatever. It's usually about content, but it helps to clarify what you're hoping people will be able to do when you are done. Number 2, how do I want them to feel when we're done? How do I want to feel when we're done? This is 2 questions rather than just 1, but it's really just 1. It's a question about the intangible outcomes you want to create. Do you want people to feel relieved, motivated, energized, inspired? This is important to define because if you don't, then the chances that they'll come out feeling overwhelmed, freaked out, or simply stressed, those go a lot higher. Your feelings matter too. If you don't take the time to consider how you want to feel when you're done, you could end up engaged in unconscious activity that actually makes things worse rather than better. Are you just wanting to get something off your chest? Or are you wanting to feel connected and collaborative with your team? Okay, so that's number 1. What are the tangible outcomes? Number 2, what are the intangible outcomes, both for them and for me? Number 3 is, what's the best case scenario? This is important because we are born to catastrophize. We can throw the energy of our meetings into frantic fireballs when we are worried about the worst case scenario. Putting your attention intentionally on the best case scenario, though, it triggers your creativity, which then helps you to access your clarity and curiosity and confidence. Do you see where I'm going here? It's a better headspace and a better heart space. I'd love to know your thoughts. If this seems useful to you, please give it a thumbs up on the button down there. This really helps me out, helps me to know that you want to see more helpful managerial hints like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and anything else you might have a question about. Subscribe if you want to. And until the next one, be good to yourselves. Bye.